Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, people. Hello, welcome to another video. So today the board exams got over. Now we are free, and अब मेरे पास कुछ है नहीं बनाने के लिए because like come on, I don't have anything to make क्योंकि अब मैं पढ़ाई नहीं करने वाला हूँ for a few days. Like अब मुझे पढ़ना होगा. That is for the entrance examination. ऐसे मुझे नहीं पढ़ना है. तो I thought why not make some videos on my book collection. Now these are not the only books that I read, but these are the books that are the closest to my heart. I actually didn't bring one. Give me a minute. I'm back. So, this is the book. Okay, so I was about to talk to you about a lot of things. Now, I wanted to talk to you about my book collection. Now, these are not the only books that I own. I own about 16, 17 books now. And also a set of 11 berserk mangas because I am into anime. Yes, I'm a nerd. I don't know if you couldn't tell it by my looks. So yeah, I wanted to show you my book collection, which consists of majorly these things. I like these books. These are my most favorite books. Okay, except this. I have just bought it today. I heard a lot of recommendations, and I was told this book is actually a very great piece of literature. A person should read it. You will cry towards the end. So yeah, I bought it. Let's see how much do I cry. Now I also know about The Kite Runner. Like I know about the movie. Like I have not seen it, but I know it's an emotional movie, and I know the basic story of this book. It's about some Afghanistan and Taliban, and it's a story of a few wanderers. Mariam was only 15, and she sends to Kabul to marry Rashid. So it's basically a story about a Afghani girl, a Muslim girl, and something about her struggles and anything. So yeah, I'll read it. I'll definitely read it. I'll take about 2 days to read that. Now let's talk about these books. Let's begin with the first book that I ever read. The first book. This is the book. Now, the title isn't most pleasing because like it's called Tender is the Flesh. Now, let's talk about the book a little bit. So, the Tender is the Flesh talks about a dystopian world where humans eat humans. Yeah, this is the first book that I read. Now, why I read it, if you may ask. So, this book was the only book that appeased me, that like really appeased me. Like I thought ki maybe this is the book that will get me into reading, and it definitely did. Now the reason behind that is that I like the story pacing. Like basically the idea of humans eating humans is so new to me that this book actually served its purpose. Like it shocked me towards the end. Like whatever happened, I mean, not shocked me, I was like kind of guessing that what is going to happen, and that does happen. So like I wouldn't call it a proper shock, but still like it gave me like a good thrill. Like it also gave me a few like goosebumps and shit. Like I was like, damn bro, like what the fuck. And also it has a page where like a protagonist has sex with like some butcher or something. I cannot seem to find that, but yeah, there is like a proper sex scene in that. But yeah, let's move on. This is the second book that I read, and this is my favorite book from my entire collection. Like this is the book that I just cannot give up. This is the literal book that I cannot give up. Like let me just read you the last line of this book. The last line, the literal last line. After all, my mother always said that the only way two people can keep a secret is if one of them is dead. Yes, you might know what it is about. Maybe you have already read the book, or maybe you don't know about the book. So it's Never Lie by Freda McFadden. I'm sorry, I'm bad at names. So here is the picture, and this video is inverted. I just got to know that. I'm so sorry. I'll just put a picture over here or somewhere, anywhere, and on the screen. And you can like, it's my recommendation. You can check this book out. It's a really amazing book. It talks about how two newlywed people go out to see a house, like a house to live in, and there they uncover some secrets. And the house actually belonged to a psychiatrist who just vanished like in thin years. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. English is not my first language. Please excuse me if you think that I speak bad English, then please excuse me. So like the house belonged to a psychiatrist who just vanished in thin air, and they go there and they discover her cassettes that she used to record without consent, obviously, of the trials she used to take with her patients, and like they discover what she used to do and blah blah blah, and then at the end you're totally stunned. Like, I cannot even, like, me saying a single word would spoil the entire book for you, so I'm not going to say a single word. Hmm? Now, let's no, we'll keep it for the last. This is the most, like, fuck book for me. Now let's talk about this: A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. It's a classic horror, classic, novel for someone who is into murder mysteries. And this was one of my best reads, you can say, because there were a lot of characters. First of all, like, it was the first book where I saw variety of characters. Like, I got introduced to a huge ton of characters who had actually purpose in this respective storylines and everything. So I was too stunned to start anything, like, this book actually carried a load with it. I mean, I'm at the last stages of reading As Good as Dead, and that's the last book of basically A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, where like she's like finally getting her revenge or something, and like finally every dot is connecting. And I think that, you know like, this entire book franchise, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, is an absolute must read for someone. Like, it's just amazing. Like, the way Holly Jackson has written the book it's amazing. I was actually hooked by the book. Like, I remember when I first started reading the book, I actually read about 5 chapters in one day, and then I was just like, theek hai, okay. I just left the book. And then after that, I think I picked it up one night and I read 18 chapters that day, and 18 extra chapters, like 5 chapters, and then the next 18 chapters more. And then I was so hooked to this book that I didn't sleep all night and completed it entirely. It's a fucking 530-page novel, and I completed it in one night. I was on rampage. No, it's 432, but anyways, it's 432, but still it's a lot. And then I was like, damn, bhai, it's really great. And then I started reading another one. I also have its second part, that is Good Girl Bad Blood. I'll say that it was not that entertaining, but still it was very, very smooth transition into As Good as Dead. Like, it was a really smooth transition. Like, I think as a Good Girl Bad Blood doesn't serve its independent purpose. Like, it's not really appetizing as a book. I mean, just like, as much as A Good Girl's Guide to Murder was and As Good as Dead was, it is. I am still reading it, but A Good Girl Bad Blood was not that appetizing, or it was not that hooking for me. Like, I was not hooked with the storyline or anything. I mean, obviously the end kind of shocked me. Like, I was like, damn. I mean, I knew that person since the start, and like he turned out to be that. Like damn, bro. But like, it was just like, oh, okay, okay, I can accept it. Let's move on. Like, it's something like that. As Good as Dead, on the other hand, no, it is not like that. I have read the first part of the book where she like kills him. If you know, you know. And I was like, okay, fuck, how can this be true? I just don't know. Okay, As Good as Dead is amazing. Like, I have not finished reading it. I'll just finish reading and I'll give you a detailed summary of the fucking book, like detailed review of it, if you actually believe that my reviews are worth it. Now let's talk about the last book that I have read, and is now not the last book that I have read. It's basically the last book that I want to talk about in this video. This, The Silent Patient. This 400-page novel, I don't even know how many pages it has. It's 340 pages. This 340-page novel got me jumping on my bed in the middle of the night. It's that good. Now, let's talk about it. The first thing is, the story begins in a pretty usual manner, like other horror or mystery or any, like, murder mystery begins with. Like, it's a normal beginning. A girl who is a painter, she kills his husband suddenly one night, and the neighbors call the police, and then suddenly, like, the girl is arrested. She doesn't speak, she doesn't talk, and now she's in the groove. It's a psychiatric unit where people treat mad people, basically, and she's also there. I'm just forgetting the name of the Alicia Berson. Yeah, that's the name. So Alicia is there. She doesn't speak. She has been silent since the day she killed her husband. And now there is this one person, like, then I don't remember the name of the psychiatrist too. Oh my god, what the fuck. what was the name of the psychiatrist? I think he introduced himself in the chapter 2. Just give me a minute. Give me a minute. My name is Theo Faber. Yeah, Theo Faber. That's his name. And he is, he's like he's very interested in Alicia's case, because like he believes that why is she not talking? What is that makes her, not want to talk? We see it at the end. The entire novel, I was just questioning what is all this going, like what is this about? Like, how is any of this connected? How is he sharing his personal life in between is any way connected with the Alicia's case? Or how is this extramarital affair that how is all of this connected? At the end, we come to a complete circle. And then I was shocked. This entire book was just plot building for one paragraph from the last chapter that I just read, and I was like, okay, now everything makes sense to me. At least now everything makes sense. Yeah, it was really, it was a huge shock for me. Like it was one book that I read and I was like, fuck, like this is how a writer should write. Like this is like one of the best books that I have ever read in my life. But still, this is my favorite book. Like it's my favorite book. Like just read it. It's underrated, I guess. Like nobody talks about it more on the internet. Like I just got a recommendation from Instagram reels, and I just happen to have confidence to like I can read it maybe, and I read it and it was amazing, really amazing. So yeah, these are all the books that I read. Now at the end, I would also like to talk about A Thousand Splendid Sun. Now I have just bought the book today, and I have only brief idea about like everything. Like I'm weak at history. I don't like history. I don't resonate with history or anything. But still, I want to enter into classic literature, and I think it's a part of it. So like, I want to read it. I really want to read it, and I will take like about 2 days to read it maybe, and then I'll give you a detailed outlook towards the book towards like after 2 days. So yeah, these are all the books that I have ever read and I find significant in my life. Hopefully you like the video, because I don't have anything else to make. I have other contents planned up. Like I don't have anything planned up, guys. I'm sorry, I cannot lie like other people. Like I'm sorry, I don't have anything planned up. I'm just here to share my experience, and I'm actually journaling like this. Like I just I wanted to journal since a long time, but I didn't have a way to journal, and this is a great way to journal. Like you people will also know that what I did in my day. Isn't that amazing? But anyways, thank you for watching the video. Please like, please subscribe, subscribe, please. Yes, that they are yeah, that button. Yeah, subscribe. Yeah, like the video, like the video. Thank you for watching the video, guys. Thank you very much. I'll meet you in another one, and hopefully the next time I meet you, I'm telling you the story about A Thousand Splendid Suns. Thank you very much. Bye bye.